Hey, this is Reggie Fab coming at you with weeks 10 and 11 of my year of living differently. I have been a little behind, so I do apologize. I really am trying to stay committed to the weekly challenge. However, my life sometimes gets in the way, as things do, so I do apologize. I'm combining 2 weeks for this episode. I do not plan to make a habit of that. However, this week's challenge, or for these 2 weeks, my challenge was to really look at compromises. I'm not a person who likes to compromise. I really like doing what I like doing, and I believe very strongly in the things in which I believe. So, compromising has always been a challenge for me. When I was in my early 20s, I used to tell people in relationships that my idea of compromise was letting you have your way about the things that I don't care about. And that's not really compromise. So I wanted to take this week to really look at the things in my life where I need to compromise and what kinds of challenges and things I face in actually making compromises. So it was very enlightening for me. I really thought about several things came up in which I needed to make compromises. The first was something relatively small. I have a thing about titles. I have a thing about addressing people by titles because it creates distance. It creates levels. If I have to call you Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, and especially if you are not referring to me in that fashion, it really bugs me. It's an issue. It's a principle issue. It's just you want to it seemingly you want to elevate yourself above me. You want to have some degree of separation between us, and I just don't like that. And so in professional environments, I've really fought against it. When that's been the culture, I have been adamant I will not adhere to that. And so now that I'm in a culture where that's the case, I had to really think about that. And I realized that was an issue with me and my issues. It's mine. It's mine. It's no one else's. 100% mine. And so it wasn't worth making an issue of. I know why I feel that way. I know why I believe what I do. But I'm not trying to change people. I don't need to prove a point. And that's what that would be in those situations. It's just standing on a soapbox and screaming, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And so, even though it has gotten under my skin a couple of times, I've really made that compromise and said, okay, this is the culture I'm in. When in Rome, do as a Roman. So that's been good. Now, another compromise came up, and this has been something that my friend Janine asked me about several times, is that I'm really trying to eat healthier and drink healthier and be healthier, but I pour a ton of sugar in my coffee. A ton. It's really coffee flavored sugar at the end of the day. And so Janine asked me, why don't you just put less sugar in your coffee? If you're trying to be healthier, then why are you either not drinking coffee or getting a smaller coffee? Just put less sugar in it. And so I really thought about that. Well, that's what I like, and that's what I want, and that makes me happy. So I'm going to have things in my life the way that I want them when I have the ability to control that. And looking at compromises, I realize that there are really two categories of compromises often. One is about proving a point. And that's something where I need to really work on compromises. I don't have to be right all the time. And even in cases where I still believe I'm right, I don't have to prove that to anybody. And I need to be willing to compromise to keep peace, to go with the status quo, to allow somebody else to grow and to be right, and just to adhere to the culture du jour. And then there are compromises about things that I believe in, things that make me happy, things that I require, and I am not willing to compromise those things. I'm not willing to compromise the type of people that I allow into my life and into my sacred space. I'm not willing to compromise on the things that make me happy and the things that bring me joy. I'm not willing to compromise on who I am to make other people feel better. And so as that has come up throughout the course of these 2 weeks, I've really been able to say, I'm not willing to compromise, and I feel good about that. So, still working on not being right all the time. That's something I do enjoy, but it's not important. And so there are times when other things are more important, and so I will continue to consciously work on compromising, but not compromising myself and not compromising my joy. And that's been really good for me. So, in week 12, it's going to be about exercising. I have been doing a lot better in what I'm eating, not doing so great in working out. So, really looking at trying to come up with some exercise routines that I can stick with and start just being a healthier person. The other thing that I'm going to do in week 12 is some things that I really enjoy. I have been able to get back to crafting. I've been able to get back to writing, and it has been amazing. My friends are sick of hearing about it, but I'm having so much fun. And so I realized that I was so busy at work and I was so busy running around on the wheel that I never had a chance to really stop and do some of the things that I enjoy. So this is going to be about getting back to the things that bring me joy, and I'm really excited about it. Until then, bye!